Good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, guys. It's David and Elise here out on the front porch. And we have our blog, our website, davidandelise.com. And we are here to bring you value and things that will help you and anybody to, entrepreneurs, families, stay-at-home moms, to create the business of their dreams, and using social media, kind of like this one right here, like live on Facebook, to get your word out and your message out. So we have a topic tonight about thinking too much.
Yeah, so today I was actually...
Let me give them their action. So if you think that thinking too much is a bad thing, or if you ever get into a spot where you're thinking too much, put a 1 in the comment, whether it's live or you're not on live with us and you're just watching this later. Stick a 1 in the comment if you have ever been sitting in a place where you're thinking too much and you think that it's a bad thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you agree? And we'll talk about it.
So getting into the topic, today I came across a post from a colleague, and in this post he was talking kind of about his story, his 10-year journey from being broke and being kicked out of his apartment and being left by his wife, unfortunately, and to the point where he is today, which is completely on the opposite end of the spectrum. And he was talking about overthinking too much, or being in this loop of finding yourself just
like stuck
in your own thoughts,
and not doing anything.
Right, yeah. Right. And it was the timing was perfect, because I found myself doing a lot of thinking over the weekend, and
was it getting you anywhere?
And it wasn't getting me anywhere. And that's the point, is that we're very good at thinking. I mean, I'm brilliant at it. And I'm a brilliant thinker. Everything's just stuck up here, and meanwhile nothing is happening. And nothing is happening because I'm not taking action. And recently I watched a Navy officer give a speech here locally on a battleship, and he actually, his speech was about the idea of making his own bed, and that talk had a very powerful effect on me, because when you want to get in the mode of taking consistent action, a lot of times it can start with something as simple as getting up and making your own bed. And so I actually will use that metaphor, if you will, to actually get my day going. If I find myself wondering what to do next, I'll start with making my own bed. And that usually is the impetus to catapult me into more and more positive action.
That, and mainly, I've been in the exact same space, like get up, working from home especially, you're knowing you have a list of things to do, where to start, and maybe you're feeling sluggish or you didn't sleep that well, and so you're just kind of dragging. That's when I make my bed, and all of a sudden I'm ready to go. It's like it just happens, because my mind isn't looping, and I'm not stuck in one place, and my energy and my momentum is going forward. It's not stuck in one place, because I get there a lot, and so just getting up and moving and doing something, then it like almost catapults you to the next thing. And then the next thing and the next thing, and then I'm like ready to go. I'm like, okay, let's tackle this. I'll do this one next and this one next. And we've talked about that a couple of times. Like, do you do the hardest thing first to get it out of the way, and then you can get the little things out of the way, or the little things out of the way before your big one? A lot of people have different ideas about that, but I totally agree.
Yeah, and a lot of times what happens if we find ourselves thinking and in our own heads, what's the natural outcome? What are we thinking about in terms of outcomes? Well, if you're like me, you're actually thinking about all the things that could go wrong and probably will go wrong, as opposed to just taking action. When I take action, then I actually can start creating positive effects, positive outcomes. And it isn't as if thinking is always a bad thing. It's the idea that we have plenty of thinking going on. We have fewer doers, fewer action takers, and the temptation is always to not take action, I think.
Well, there's fear gets in the way.
Fear gets in the way.
That stops us from doing a lot of things. But there are a lot of us who are dreamers and thinkers and got all these great ideas, but unless we act on them and do them, nothing's going to happen.
Exactly. So hopefully that'll be of some encouragement to you. If you're currently finding yourself just kind of like going in a circle, you're stuck in your own head, you're in your own thoughts.
Are you in the same place you were last year or last month, and you wanted to change and it's not changing?
Think about.
Oh, well, the other thing, sorry.
Yeah.
If you, especially in this topic, if you're in the same spot and you haven't moved or you haven't grown or you haven't completed some of those goals you wanted to do and get done, find something that your heart really wants to do. Yeah, simple as redecorating a bedroom or going to get coffee with a friend. You know, just do something small that gets you up, out of the house, going. If you wanted to start making your bed every morning, there you go. Start with that one. That's it. I think it's time to sign off. Here comes the.
Well, hopefully you find that encouraging, and
yep, we'll see you in the next video, or come find us for more stuff at davidandnicolese.com.
Bye.